things, and so it's just that's what they're all thinking. I'm
sure.
sorry, Torment. I did do you dirty there. I apologize.
Oh, don't worry. Torment's about to remind everybody just who he is as we get started here. Game 1, still best of 5s in the lower bracket round 1. Teams have survived the group stage. Only one of these two will get through to play on Saturday. This is popped way out for Calm, and he'll catch this instead of going hard to the backboard. Tried to lay that up for beast mode. And now Toasty, oh, what a shot! And Oxygen strikes first.
I mean, this is set up by passes from LJ, immediately gets the read and puts it on a dime to Toasty, who cuts back in his own lane, extending upfield. I mean, what do you do if you're V1 in that situation? You can't really react to that shot. People need to pay attention to this Oxygen offense. They made it to the upper semifinals of the last regional. They played NRG. That's a tough matchup. And even though V1 ran into FaZe, this is an Oxygen team that absolutely can pull their own weight, and they can put the best on top of V1. It's going to be a very long series for both these teams.
Torment got around 2, and he can play this close to the target, so Toasty has to play. He'll carry this all the way across, and then Beast Mode comes right up and just whips one across. Now Torment can't keep the play alive, and there is Torment's former teammate, Gimmick. Constantly now just going by the name Gim. This goes back into the V1 half of the field, and Torment lost track of that ball. Now Beast Mode gonna give way to Calm. Looking for anything here for version 1. That's a good ball down in front, and Beast Mode couldn't get that back inside the target. I think the fact that it hit Calm was inconsequential, as LJ will play this away, and version 1 has to go back to the drawing board. Might have to play a little bit of defense with the oncoming Oxygen.
Just watching Calm move upfield, uncontested, pulling so much space and attention away from Torment and Beast Mode. It's just dangerous to watch. This V1 offense is now flying past the midfield line. Demo's creating opportunities, and where there's space, there's chances. LJ absolutely deleted. We're watching the Reapers of V1 play bingo right now with the Oxygen defense, and if they get back to midfield, it's gonna be scary stacks! It's so easy!
You can't forget about this guy. Still having fun. Threads the needle. And Torment ties it up. I think everybody just got a little too comfortable on the Oxygen side. You could see they were kind of slow playing into the zone. Maybe just being a little passive, trying to slow down V1 and throw off their timing. And version 1 just had one speed. Hold R2, hold the boost, let's go. And that bites Oxygen there, looking to get it right back, and Torment with the save. Just playing on another level right now in game 1. He's got a full tank of boost. Couldn't take out Gimmick, made LJ jump into the goal to avoid him, and now Torment can get back as Calm skies one up. He'll take it himself instead of letting Beast Mode take over. Bank shot just off the mark. Here comes Torment, and a save by Gimmick.
Well, they're not done yet. Beast Mode's still around the net. Gimmick has to make an attempt. Calm can get midfield boost, so resources here for V1. And what do you do in this situation if you're Oxygen? If you try to play it off the backboard towards the ceiling, you're going to get challenged by Calm. If you try to bring it to the sidewall, Beast Mode is there. If you get it to midfield, here comes Torment with full boost. Now you set up, if you're V1, you slow this play down so it pulls defenders off the back wall, and Oxygen have nowhere to go. You play 1v1s on the goal line, and you can bully Oxygen into their own net time and time again. They've burned about 30 seconds on this first push stacks, and it's been all of V1 early on.
15 seconds ago, you just saw almost a heat check from Torment there. Beast Mode was coming on for a play on the wall, and Torment kind of cut in front, called him off. Unlike what happened with Aqua and Gyro back in the tiebreaker match. He just said, no, I got the hot hand. Didn't work out for Torment that time, but now Beast Mode will take over. And can he stay with this? Oh, sure it did, and LJ had to get in there and disrupt the play.
Some of the cleaner Rocket League V1 has played as of late. I say that, and then they double committed to each other. And a pinch.
Well, there's a lot of physical play there out of Oxygen, too. That kind of skewed the communication. That's what I like to see out of Oxygen, though. I want to see them not let V1 get so comfortable here. Try and match that pace that V1 wants to play at. I think this is a faster team than we're used to seeing out of version 1, as LJ makes the save coming from the ceiling of the goal. But this is passed over to Beast Mode, and he may line up a double, maybe a triple. Still can't keep that down under the bar, and Oxygen might have got a little bit of a break as they don't get scored on here.
pulls off a quintuple tap, and V1 aren't done, but credit to Oxygen. They've kept this at a tie game for 3 minutes, Stacks. It has not stopped. V1 have seldomly been pushed to their own side of the field. Even now, with these pops high, it's Calm off the backboard. Double tap, not there. Both miss. Torment now in a 1v1. LJ slowing it down. No one in front. Pops it early. Torment can kick it to the corner where Beast Mode will meet it. 19 seconds to go. V1 still pressing the attack.
I think if LJ is able to catch that ball and continue on without having to pause there, I don't know that Torment would have been able to keep up with him, but it doesn't matter. Down to 8 seconds left in a tie ball game. Beast Mode ahead for Calm. Led him a little too far. Still an opportunity, though. Beast Mode for the win at the end. And Gim with the save. And that should bring us OT. Oh, no! LJ right on target! And LJ steals it for Oxygen!
They forgot to play defense. That pop left to LJ. No one else is back. Beast Mode was hesitant to rotate. He had time to get there, but I don't think he realized the ball was going to be up that soon. That's just heads up and awareness from Oxygen to take advantage of the rotation back up to midfield. V1 played that entire game correctly. It was so clean from both sides, but Oxygen took advantage of that small gap at the very end. And what do we talk about with Oxygen? They are often overlooked and doubted when it comes to their offense, but their defense was just as impressive. It kept them in that game. I don't know what else to say. That was an impressive quality game one for both teams, but Oxygen just stole it in the end.
It's so rare to see a team play that well and lose. And what's not rare is seeing a game winner at 0, preventing overtime. This is going to be the 3rd or 4th at least we've had so far today. And now we continue on. How does V1 come back on Forbidden Temple after that?
I tell you, you play the exact same game.
Yeah.
And you don't have one bad challenge from Torment, literally. Like, I was watching Torment rotate back, and it's like, all right, he's thinking, okay, my teammate's headed back. I can afford to turn here and challenge this ball at 0 seconds. I don't even have to get a perfect challenge. I just have to get good enough. And it literally went so perfectly wrong that his teammate didn't have enough time to get back. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Oh, Beast Mode was trying to line one up that was just kind of floating, and he just couldn't get there. And now Torment rolls one out. It's Gim right there. Looking maybe for LJ. It pops out for Toasty, who called him off. And a good call there. And it was, but still not a goal. Now LJ, oh, that's going to be real awkward. And Version 1 kind of licking their chops, watching Oxygen mess around at midfield. Calm to Toasty. And Beast Mode shot sailed a little high, and that's been the problem for Beast Mode so far in this series. That first game, he had a few that he just couldn't get under the bar. You can't imagine that's going to continue for much longer.
Well, if you're V1 going into this, you just have to shake off that last 10 seconds. You hop right into game 2, play it the same way you did, like Achieve said, and you have a very good chance to continue the success you had in game 1. It just came down to one awkward play. For Oxygen, their defense was impeccable. That pinch is disgusting. It's saved by Toasty, thank goodness. Because if that goes in, that's making your top 5 plays easily. That is just a ridiculous pull-up from the back end. Beast Mode, far down, can't find the second touch.
All the way back for Calm as Gim gives chase as well. Beast Mode waiting very patiently. Waiting for LJ to bring this ball right to him, and gee, he did. Couldn't get around Gim though. Now Torment banks this out. That goes wayward, and Calm can continue the play. Oxygen just kind of playing around with the ball, not clearing out of their own zone. Now they might at least get to the center line, but not much further. Torment, he'll keep this in as well, and through Gim again. Finally, LJ might have some control out of this. No, Calm's got other plans. Version 1 continues to keep Oxygen stuck in their own half of the field. Torment again, challenging LJ. Toasty might finally get some possession, and Beast Mode won the race to that ball. Now Gimmick, his shot, sent away by Torment.
I can't imagine how frustrating it must be for V1 to constantly put this much pressure in midfield, and there's no budge. There's no budge from Oxygen. Gimmick, who blocks first? It will be Gimmick. Calm escapes around the corner and gets it right back to where else? Midfield. V1 doing a very nice job of dictating the pace in this game. but it hasn't equated to much, Stacks. Finally, they might have a chance. Calm can't get over Gimmick. The defense from Oxygen is tippable.
Oh, beast mode. Boost and ball. Rare combination. He managed to maintain that through the challenge, but here's Gimmick. Can't get around Calm, who too will have boost and ball, and he can move downfield off of Torment's feed. Off to play selflessly and gives that ball up to beast mode. Oh, that's a good touch to get around LJ. And Calm jumps in front of the pass. That's well read. Version1 applying the pressure again as Torment couldn't put one on target. Beast mode will give it a look. Can't get it under the bar, and nobody else there in time. Toasty with a great clear, and Gimmick will finish that off as LJ is waiting on the other side.
We're not seeing double commits from Oxygen on defense. They're easily getting up to make these reads and take it away. I mean, that rough touch on beast mode. Now Torment has to make a challenge. And with Calm getting it back out in position, it's a breakaway chance like these on these counterattacks that Oxygen can capitalize on. But the clean touches on defense from Oxygen really stand out. They're not having to work overtime to shut down the offensive V1, and it allows them space to get back to midfield. It's so clean on both ends of the field.
Calm upstairs, and he just watches Gimmick play that right over top. LJ hard off the back wall for Toasty, and the easy save by Calm. Here goes beast mode. One-on-one with LJ. And LJ comes out the better of the two. Cross midfield, can't keep possession, but he's still kind of a part of the play. Stole some boost out of the Version1 half. There's a demo, there's a goal. Oxygen might steal another here.
If you don't get the musty, get the demo. Follow up on your play. Toasty, self-serve, Gimmick, 1-2-3. LJ finds it, but it was that demo in the goal line from Toasty, and that's that off-ball offense that Oxygen do really well. You see teams like old-fashioned Envy, teams like G2, when Rogue had first killer, that's what they did really, really well. FaZe, one of the best in North America at it. Oxygen doing the same thing, and Calm almost resets his way down to an equalizer.
Well, Version1, sense of urgency certainly there. LJ, that's a big boy clear with Calm bearing down on him. And now Toasty, a little bit wide. Just trying to delay here, down to 12 seconds. Calm, gonna try to create on his own. Got options on either side. It's gonna be Torment forced into action. Now beast mode for the tie! And again, another was just a little high. LJ made the save as well. And this just needs to go to ground. LJ's got all the time in the world to do it. And Oxygen takes another one-goal game with another last-minute goal. And again, outshot in this game by more than 2-1, I believe, which was the case in game one. And you just hang around and find a way, survive, advance. That's Oxygen's mantra right now, and it's working. One win away from advancing through the weekend.
Good defense beats good offense 99 times out of 99. And Oxygen have been lights out on that side of the field. They have had clean touches on these 50s. They've had clean wins, their extensions, their challenges, their passes, their saves, all that stuff that keeps them alive in this game and gives them a chance to get back to midfield and create some transitional opportunities. That is all coming out of their defense. And it is so clean against a team that's been relentless. That's what stands out to me at Chiefs.
It's true. The defense has absolutely been lights out for Oxygen, and I'm surprised that it's been so effective as well, because I actually feel like V1 doing a really great job keeping the ball high, really making Oxygen use a lot of boost to go up and get the balls. They're having a decent enough challenge game. It's not easy to consistently play strong defense when you have to be so, what's the word I want here? Not like aggressive,
I mean, you have to be perfect almost.
Yeah, exactly. You really can't afford to be wasteful in that situation. If you don't have your backboard defended effectively, you end up using a lot more boost, and you need to be precise with it. And they're doing a great job of that. And it's surprising that, 2 games in a row now, Oxygen able to really battle back from, the brink multiple times. And Version1, who knows what happens now? It's a long way back, but they're playing the game to win it. It's just not going their ways. Again, that one pinches just across the net.
The game
Champions Field is a long, long way away.
It begins now. The game 5 is upon us.
Right. It would be the Version1 way to do it with a reverse sweep. But again, that's a long, long way ahead. Torment can't get to this.
Like Toasty.
Beast mode. Oh, over to Calm, and still no shot. Got one in front here, and off the post and away.
So V1 set up for an open net. They have it. Toasty is basically on his own defensive third. He flies back, uses all of his boost to get a clearing save, so his last two players can get back in position to potentially challenge with no boost. V1 then whiff on an open net. Like, the confidence in each other to make the play, this defense is insane. Toasty again with a clearing save away, and it burns time. More importantly, it gives real estate on the field back to Oxygen, where they can just reset up for another chance and try to stop momentum from V1. It's so impressive.
It is Torment, kind of making a mess of that on the side wall. Now Calm, beaten out by Toasty. This goes all the way across. LJ was there. Everybody just crisscrosses. Nobody got the ball. Gimmick shot saved away by Beast Mode as he was ranging back towards the backboard. And now he's the only one there and had to stop Toasty from creating an open net opportunity for Oxygen. It is far too early for Oxygen to be scoring, so you don't have to worry about it. But, you know, you at least have to play the part. Here goes LJ. He will pretend to be scoring before the final minute as LJ plays this deep into the corner for Gimmick. That got there in a hurry, and that's going to slow down Version1. I mean, they have almost been slowed to a glacial pace, but now they can maybe move forward as LJ played that ball a little further back than he might have liked. Calm going after Toasty, took him out, but the ball still goes downfield courtesy of Gimmick.
Well, Stacks, you talk about the offense for Oxygen, and, you know, at this point, yes, we still sit with no goals, but how frustrating is it still that with all these chances, with all these potential different looks, we've talked about it before in game 2, where V1 just can't find that goal. They can't find that extra foot above Oxygen. It seems like no matter what they do, they just get countered perfectly on the goal line. And yet again, they have more pressure in the blue side of the field. Oxygen has been stuck back here for 3 straight games. They very rarely get out for a look. And when they do, it's usually a V1 mistake that leads way to the opening goal. We've got 2 minutes left in game number 3. Oxygen is up 2-0 in this series. And this is a lower bracket match, by the way. You lose this, you're out. LJ carrying it right downfield. Oh, LJ looking for the top bar, saved by V1.
Speaking of losing this and being out of Chiefs, I believe somebody is out as we speak. And maybe you might share that with the rest of the class.
I apologize. I meant to be unmuted, but currently Xset is 3-1 up in game 4, and they're 2-1 up in the series, so they're about to knock off Shopify Rebellion, while Charlotte Phoenix actually going 1-1 in game 3 in the middle of Envy.
With that Charlotte Phoenix team, we might be able to talk about them a little bit as we continue on here. They lost a tiebreaker in game 7 when RBG Esports needed a sub to get into the closed qualifier portion of this event and had to play their way through the open qualifier and then down 0-2 in the Swiss stage of that closed qualifier. Won game 5. I believe it was a reverse sweep in that 3rd round to survive, and then knocked out RBG in the 5th round to get to this spot. If anybody has been battle tested up to this point, it's that Charlotte Phoenix squad fighting for survival now against Envy. As we focus in back here and watch Torment clearing one near the target. LJ's got this, but not for long. Beast Mode turns that into kind of a pseudo shot. And Toasty, all he can do to try and play away, but it's Torment right there. Not a lot of looks at either net over the last minute and a half or so. Maybe one here for Oxygen. This is where they come alive. Toasty almost got one under the bar. Gimmick now for LJ. He has been the killer so far in this series, and he's looking for one more, but Calm got the clear.
Does V1 have a miracle in them to keep them alive in this tournament? It comes down to potentially OT. Stacks, I started sweating. I was feeling V1 were somehow, some way going to win this game. Send us to game 4. Kickoff. Beast Mode with a great fake. Beast Mode, the hero that V1 needs, can't find the angle. Leaves it up to Calm.
Maybe not the one they deserve. At least not yet. This is downfield. And Beast Mode plays it right back at LJ. That's the worst possible place to put any ball right now. The way LJ has just slaughtered V1 in this series. Beast Mode now. Trying to get by Gimmick. Calm had to pump the brakes. Now he's got to rush back. Gimmick going head-hunting. He hit Torment, but Calm makes the save.
Not only that, a great touch by Torment. Calm can't slow. Torment in front of the net. Nicely saved by Oxygen. Pressure now mounting as V1 understand the situation. They have to take the ball away from LJ, but right back down to Gimmick. It's on target, can't follow it up. Numbers here, breakaway chance. V1 on target, saved by Toasty.
Wow, that is a big save too. That is not easy. Straight back at the net. That is a missile out of Torment. Again, not back against the wall like it is for version 1, but you don't want to give them any momentum at all. We've seen it many times. Torment playing that away from LJ. Finally, a sense of urgency, not letting LJ set anything up. Torment shot here, again denied by Toasty. A savior medal, he feels like he should have about 5 of them in this game alone. Beast Mode drops one down, Gimmick just away from Torment, and here's Toasty with Gimmick trailing behind. Gimmick up for the win and easily sent away by Beast Mode.
Oxygen playing very aggressive now, burning a lot of boost and playing 2 up at a time. They're more than happy to play that overextension, let Toasty circle back and cross it off the backboard. Here he comes yet again, 50 boost, baits one out of V1. V1 don't have numbers here. 1 bump is all that's needed. Gimmick now following up, second chance, center to no one, and no bumps for Oxygen. It's open in front of the box, but V1 still playing great defense. Oxygen now closing down. LJ a chance, intercepted by Calm.
Oh, Beast Mode's got Calm downfield, and Calm will keep V1 alive. Another cherry pick effort, and this one works out for V1.
They'd been hunting for that in the entire OT. How often was Calm pushed up past midfield waiting? V1 waiting patiently for this look. Finally, it arrives. A pass from Beast Mode, and Calm gets the greatest touch and keeps V1 alive in this tournament. They desperately needed a hero to step up.
So it begins. There's one.
It begins.
There's one.
On the second eclipse, the final moon of V1 Shot Eyes. They are here.
Well, they've made it through one, but this was not easy. A lot of great shots coming at him from Oxygen this time around. I would say it's dangerous heading forward because once Oxygen really start getting their feet down, you have to worry about not just how well their defense is playing, but their offense as well.
Yeah.
Well, for version 1, I'm really concerned about their defense because they gave LJ, I don't know, about 2.5 hours to play that ball throughout the entirety of game 3. And let me tell you something, the way LJ has played in this series, if they give him that much time going into game 4, he will absolutely put them away. So they have got to be on top. Hey, if Toasty beats you, if Gimmick comes through and beats you, it's like, okay, fine. We picked somebody and we guessed wrong. But man, the way LJ has been going, you have to shut him down now in game 4.
Well, short score updates before we get into the next match. Envy currently 1-0 up against Charlotte Phoenix in game 4. They have a 2-1 lead, and Rogue currently 2-1 against NXT in game 4. They have a 2-1 lead. Both teams about 3 minutes to play or so. So Spaceman, they're facing their fear. They're getting it done.
Both these teams right now are facing, everybody's facing their fears if you're on the lower side. And yeah, for Rogue, got to keep it going, 1 goal at a time. Same thing for V1. You play it 1 game at a time. It's almost inevitable at this point that we're threatening a potential Champions Field run. Stacks, what's worked really well for Oxygen has continued. V1 finally find that 1 goal that they just have not been able to lock down on for the entirety of this series. You have to think, man. You have to think it's happening. We're going to game 5.
Wow, you really are just like trying to curse this. You got somewhere to be?
How am I going to curse it? How, of all the teams, V1, how is that a curse? They're absolutely going there.
Oh, Beast Mode can't force one through here. Gimmick was right there. Now Torment never became a shot. And Gimmick will sky this out to his right, and LJ's right there to collect. Trying to get that quickly to set up Toasty. Not happening as Gimmick has to just lob this up in the air, let everybody try and get boost. I think the boost pad spawned behind LJ as he went by. So a bad break for Oxygen, another bad break as Calm takes out Toasty. But still not a lot of pressure out of version 1 until now. A shot that's saved away by LJ. Gimmick can try to get to this, but he's beaten out by Torment. And Boost Starves becoming a real problem. That win by Gimmick. That bought Toasty all the time he needed to get some boost. And he can use that boost to make that stop.
Toasty's so good with scooping the ball up with the dominance, those long reaches on the backboard that eventually help someone like LJ escape into free space. But now you put pressure on Gimmick to have to make some sort of play on the sidewall, start dictating the offense a little bit more. Toasty doing his job as a third man, but now the pressure lies on number 1 and 2. It's Gimmick who needs to make a stop, and LJ gets the save.
Out around the boards as Beast Mode will wrap it right back in, but only as far as LJ. That skips right back out, and Gimmick will look for the corner boost that did not spawn for him. Just waiting to see if anybody ends up picking that up. No, everybody leaves and now it spawns. LJ will take it, and he'll have to use that to come up and lob this to the backboard, and he'll look for even more boost to make sure Version 1 can't get any on their way back down the field. This angle's downward, and Calm and Beast Mode, I think they both kind of called each other off. Nobody went for the ball, and that's a big break for Oxygen as they try to break out of the zone. Toasty will take charge. 1-on-2 with Torment and Calm. Sailed up there for LJ, who does it again.
Look at this setup by Toasty. It was a 1v3. He knows he can't take the shot, so he just puts it center where LJ can meet it in his route. It's so simple for Oxygen. It's so easy. The transition game, something that had been stifled because of V1's pressure. Finally, it took one play. Toasty escapes upfield, serves it to his teammate, and LJ handles the rest.
100% goal participation so far for LJ. 3 goals and an assist in this series. Gimmick, clever touch over Torment. Beast Mode trying to catch up. He won't, and Toasty scores.
Same play, same drive. Let's do it one more time. Torment tries to help Beast Mode. Calm, the only one there. In a 1v2, he has to make that read. He just can't get in front of it. It's not his fault. Oxygen's playing a little bit better in that transition. 2-0. Not much more you can really say. Oxygen handling the pace right now. Oh, what a stop.
That is a good stop by Toasty. Was it good enough, though? Torment, chip shot to the backboard for himself, and V1 has life in Game 4.
You need that quick response, too. Calm, getting very physical and just sets it up. The slow park the bus by Torment, pulls Gimmick towards the top bar. He can dunk it if he has boost, and you better believe he will. Nicely done by V1. They respond very quickly in stacks. They needed something to put some life back in this team.
Before we get into crunch time here, let's go to our very own Tony Siragusa. Achieves, what do you got?
Charlotte Phoenix Envy hit overtime in Game 4. Charlotte Phoenix fighting to stay alive, have a chance to show up on tomorrow's broadcast. Meanwhile, Rogue is 1 second away from knocking off NXT. I'm just curious, does it hit the floor? Yes, it does. Rogue can knock off NXT 3-1. The only other match going in the lower bracket now, Charlotte Phoenix versus Envy and Oxygen versus View.
Oh, there we go. Down to inside 90 seconds here. V1, they got the hardest part of all of this done. They took a game, and they've got a goal in this game. They need more. Just seems like it's never enough for Version 1. There's always something else they need to do. Beast Mode, gonna have LJ up to meet him. And LJ got a piece of that to send that to the backboard, and now Calm, stuffed by Gimmick. Beast Mode around Toasty, though. 2-on-1 opportunity. Oh, he left it! What a play by Beast Mode to leave that for Calm, and we're tied.
Watch this route from Beast Mode. Immediately gets it around Toasty, and the fake. LJ got absolutely baited and blows the lead. V1, a hell of a job moving downfield, and that's just better play on the person running point. It's Beast Mode who sets up that goal, and we got a tie game.
2 goals, 2 assists for Calm. And Version 1 right back in it. And you can see just new life. A little rejuvenation here for Version 1. Calm Bouncer almost found the mark. It beat the defense. It did not beat the post as Beast Mode runs back. Well, that's a very dangerous ball if he doesn't clean it up himself, and he does, with Calm shading over in that direction as well. Played out for Torment. Good indirect pass, but Toasty takes charge, and Beast Mode makes him regret ever trying to touch the ball. Now Beast Mode again with Calm waiting in front. Ball never got there, but now it's just V1. Left side, right side, center, trying to break down the Oxygen defense. Toasty needs a big clear, doesn't quite have it. Ball's got to touch the ground for Oxygen. It does not. Overtime looming as Beast Mode hit the post again.
Oh, gosh. This OT
Oh, he did everything but the net.
This is more than just the ball slowing down. It takes beast mode off his route. He had boost to continue this play, and he was flying upfield for the past minute. They desperately need this game to slow down. Oxygen hoping and praying that their defense can be as good as it was in games 1 and 2. V1 threatening Champions Field run, and a center back out to beast mode might just send them there. But now Oxygen's starting to bunch up. They're not too confident in their clears, and finally they get one.
And it'd be so easy, too, to kind of throw the house at them and maybe leave the back door open behind. Here's LJ as that's sent away just barely. Now Torment, he doesn't have any support coming up. Beast Mode kind of hesitated, and maybe a good thing. He made the save. LJ second touch, threw off Beast Mode. This is dangerous in front, but Torment pops it away. Oh, and he could chase this, too. And just about got that near the mark. The challenge does go well wayward, though. And Beast Mode just delayed a little bit by LJ running into him as that skips all the way across the field. And a better read made by Gimmick, but nothing towards the version 1 net. A lot towards the Oxygen Esports net, but maybe the one that matters. Oh, it's LJ who just buries version 1.
That's a heartbreaker if you're V1. How do you block the right side if you've lost the initial challenge? They played it right, but Oxygen played it better. V1 will fall on Coliseum in Game 4 and Oxygen move on.
Was there any other way that could have possibly ended but an LJ goal, 2-on-1, Oxygen on the breakaway? Oxygen takes another close game against version 1. This is great for Oxygen, not just because, hey, okay, they won. That means they stay alive. The way they won this series, as we look at the Mobile 1 high performance replay, and we see version 1 battle back, only to die to that guy right there, LJ, doing it again to version 1. That's going to go with Oxygen for a long time as we go through this winter split.
Yeah, Torment's good. He's not that good. He's not. he's not saving that one. Few are indeed. Perfectly executed on the transition for Oxygen. Well-deserved win. Quite the series overall. The defense gets them and keeps them in the game. Spaceman was talking about it in games 1 and 2, and then the offense starts clicking in game 3, even with the lost game 4. Like you said, Stacks, LJ picks them apart at that point. So really a complete series required here for Oxygen on all sides of the ball.
I'm pretty sure all 3 members of version 1